What up, everybody? I'm about to take one fiber pill. Check it out. I took it. Woo! Take your fiber, guys. Do it. Do it. Yeah, I'm fiber maxing. I'm fiber maxing. That's right. Better than oatmeal? You have a problem with oatmeal? Actually, you know what? I'm not really an oatmeal eater. I don't dislike it. I just literally never think to myself, wow, I want oatmeal. I don't know, guys. I just wake up and eat lunch. I don't really do breakfast foods much anymore. Sometimes eggs, but, you know, they cost $500 per egg, so... You know, and I can't bring myself to do that. Oatmeal catching strays. It's not, it's all right. Breakfast is best foods? No. It's really not. Like, genuinely, it's really not. I don't dislike breakfast, but do not dare try to say it's better than dinner. Holy. No way. Homemade smoothies for you? I was never a smoothie person. I just eat the food that has the things in it that I need or take vitamins. You know, I'm not a smoothie hater, but you know what I am a hater of? It's more specific. It's related to smoothies, but it's not like generalized smoothies. I'm a hater of every single video where it's like a day with me or whatever. Or, you know, what I eat in a day or whatever the fuck, you know, influencer moment. And then the girl's like, I start with a green smoothie. And she just like, and she puts it in a mason jar with a glass straw. I want to fucking, oh, oh, I hate it so much. They put kale in there. I'm like, brother, take a multivitamin and a fiber pill. What are you trying to pretend that green shit tastes good? Green smoothies taste good when you put like 5 bananas in them and a cup of sugar, you know? Like that. When they're like, I start every day with a green smoothie. I use nutritionally available greens. Take a fucking pill and then eat whatever the fuck you want. Like, there will be some things that maybe you should have from food because they're typically not in those pills, but you'd either get a pill for it or just eat that food. And then the other thing is, there are certain things I'll see them eat something or meal prep, and they cook foods in certain ways that reduce the nutritional value, or vice versa. Some things should be cooked and they don't cook it, and I'm like, you ain't really done any research on this, have you? You saw other TikToks and went, me too. I've had red pilled, but what about fiber pilled? Yeah, I'm not red or blue pilled. I'm fiber pilled. Take a damn multivitamin. And you know what? If you're a dude, while you're at it, maybe look into some women's vitamins, because they're usually the same as men's vitamins. They just also have vitamin D and like one other thing that you should also have. Just get them. I was looking at this. I was talking to my brother. He was like, I don't know if I should change multivitamins. Like, I never thought about this, so I want to like research and check into what I should take. And I looked at the difference between the men's and women's multivitamins from a couple different brands, and some of them had wildly different formulations, but for the most part they were the same. And then the women's vitamins tend to have more biotin, vitamin E for like hair, skin, and nail growth, right, and more cosmetic stuff, and then vitamin D, because a lot of women are more likely to be deficient in vitamin D than men. But if you're a guy who doesn't go outside, you probably need extra vitamin D. So I was looking at the formulation of this one women's vitamin that I take in particular, and I was like, you should just take this. Like, and it was about the same cost as the men's version, except he would have had to also buy a separate vitamin D pill. So I was like, all right. So I gave it to my brother. I gave him the link. I was like, just buy these, dude. Women's have more iron. Yeah, but the one that I take, not that much. I take a separate. I have issues with iron. I always need to take separate iron, but I take a separate pill for it, and the one that I take doesn't really have a lot of iron in it to begin with, so it was fine for him. And I was like, why? What's the point in branding it like this other than selling it? Which, you know, that's the answer, selling it. But yeah. Ooh, your doctor told you your vitamin D was the lowest he's ever seen, put you on those 50k unit ones for like 8 weeks. Yeah, they put you on the huge ones, and they like pump you with it for a bit. They pump you with vitamin D before you go back to taking a normal level. Which is scary because, you know, anything in excess, you know, your body's like pushing that shit out, but vitamin D seems to not be so. You kind of build it up. So, very interesting, very interesting. Anyway, please just look into, not saying definitely take any of them, but look into women's vitamins because they tend to be men's vitamins plus some extra iron, some extra biotin, vitamin E, and some extra vitamin D, which is, for almost all of you, not a problem. Just check up on the iron. Some of you might really not need it. You know, but for the most part, it should be fine. You know? You get pumped with vitamin D, but hold the vitamin. One of my friends used to send me this meme all the time. She'd send me a meme as a picture of that dog that unfortunately passed, that Shiba that was like sitting there looking all fat. It was that, and it was blushing, and it just said Italy, but the ta is silent. She would send it to me all the time. Yeah, Cheeves. Every time she'd be like, hey, what is this thing? And I'm like, oh, it's that. She'd be like, oh, thanks. Then she'd send that. My brother was messaging me. I put him on playing Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, so I was just messaging back just now. He has been messaging me occasionally. He's like, by the way, you should do this. Talk to this person, it's really good. And he's trying it on backseat, but he's like, you know, he's excited to play the game. He's like, whatever. He's like, you should keep Pebbles. If you ride her far enough, she grows up, she gets really good. Thanks, bro. Thanks, bro. It's kind of sweet. He's very excited. This is the one that is the most normie gamer taste of my siblings that do play games. And he loved Oblivion and he played the fuck out of Skyrim, and he's just been kind of sad since there hasn't been a lot in that vein that he wants to play. So I buy him games, I like suggest stuff to him, I send stuff to him because I just see him on like Call of Duty with his girlfriend all the time. they just play together. Which is cute, I guess, but like we can play better games here, you know? Actually new Call of Duty multiplayer isn't bad. It's just like get a new one, you know? So yeah, I sent him Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and he's been like obsessed with it. No, he's not a FIFA normie. No. He did play Witcher. He loved stuff like that. You've heard Avowed was pretty good? Avowed seemed fine. I wasn't really that interested in it, but it seemed fine. I just see people shitting on it for it not being a revolutionary game, and I'm really tired. Can we just agree that it's okay for games to be okay? It's okay for games to be like, fine, like another one in the genre. Why does it have to be revolutionary? This isn't the fucking game development Olympics. It's just games that people are making and releasing. Holy shit. Yeah, just don't play it, right? I know a lot of people that have been enjoying it, and a lot of people that are like, oh, it's okay. I think it just depends on how many games in the same vein you've played. You might get tired of the genre. I don't think it means the game's bad. What about someone who hasn't played a lot in that genre? They're gonna be like, holy shit, this game's incredible. And it's okay to say it's okay, but that doesn't mean it's shit, right? Like, wasn't Baldur's Gate at 0 to 10? Baldur's Gate was good, but let's not pretend that it was something revolutionary. It was just a really well-made, thoroughly made version of a thing that they've already made before. If you played Divinity Original Sin 2, you would open Baldur's Gate 3 and be like, oh, yay, another CRPG from the same company. You know? They just put a lot of effort into the voice acting and making it feel immersive. But everything you could do in it was really similar to their old games, you know? But people are like, holy shit, incredible. And then Avowed does a lot of things a lot of other games do, and not really that special. You know, and then people are like, shit! You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it has the benefit of the D&D branding and high production values. It was great production value. If you're just talking about production value, it was fucking incredible. Absolutely. But, like, the gameplay was just more, like... I don't know. Bit of Larian fans. Yeah. I remember playing Baldur's Gate 2 and really liking, like, way back in the day. Bang your head against the wall when people started seeing CRPGs and calling them Baldur's Gate clones. They've clearly never played, like, Icewind Dale back in the day and shit like that. Which, to be fair, I don't think many people played PC games that long ago. You know, people in the age bracket that played those games were like big nerds, and not many people did those things. It was very niche. Nowadays it's not niche, so you know, everyone's played Baldur's Gate 3. But yeah, I don't know. I think there's just fewer people who experienced that back then. So I guess everyone's, you know, experience is comparative to what they've seen before, right? Also, yeah, it's Baldur's Gate 3. They're like, it's I've never seen a game like this before. And I'm like, well, go look at 1 and 2. It says 3 in the title. Every fight in Icewind Dale felt like a boss fight. Icewind Dale was that game fucked. That game fucked. Anyway, I could be on screen now. Sorry, I was like doing a little something on my desk. That game fucked, though. For Fallout over Baldur's Gates, I was a Fallout lover. I loved 1 and 2. I love 2D isometric top-down Fallout. I'm a huge fan. But I don't know if I want to replay 2. 2 is my favorite. I don't know if I want to replay it because it's just annoying to play through sometimes. just physically, like, navigating through everything. It's not the worst, but I've already replayed it like I think 3 times now, so I'm good. I'm good. You're so spoiled on New Vegas. New Vegas was great, and you know why? You know why New Vegas was everyone's favorite 3D? Because it was written by the same people that wrote 1 and 2, Fallout 1 and 2, the top-down isometric ones that I liked. It was the same team that handled it, 1, 2, and New Vegas. And then everyone's like, oh my god, New Vegas was so good. And I'm like, because they were good. Because they were great, man. I try to encourage people to play the first and second game because genuinely the writing, the story was so good. So good. They had some of the actual worst fucking villains. And the characters were just so human. I don't know. They did a really good fucking job. So I wish people would, even if they don't want to play the games, at least read through the story and or like watch videos on it or something. Just to get to kind of absorb it. But playing it is, you know, it's not the same. People have to go crazy over Mr. House, but they never met the Master. Dude, the Master is so disgusting. You know, old Fallout had that kind of like gross, almost claymation looking graphics in a way, really nasty. And then the Master was just gross. I mean, obviously the character himself was terrible, but I hated looking at Myron's face. Probably the worst character in the whole fucking game, in my opinion. Just an absolute horrible character. But also I just hated looking at him. He's just, I just got like the heebie-jeebies looking at his face. Yeah, he was gross. He was gross. You love the atmosphere in Fallout 1? Yeah. Like the Master, the desire to convert humanity to species that could survive the wasteland. Yeah. Like all of the... I loved the writing by that group because they made... all of the villains had really, really, really good reasoning for doing what they were doing. Whether it was like it made sense or it was just, oh yeah, this person's just stupid, so they did this thing. But there was always like a setup and scenario where you could really understand from that character's perspective why they were doing what they were doing. Which is good writing. Like every single villain, it should be like, you know what? If I was in their shoes, I get how they got there. That's the best way to write a villain. To make something kind of understandable. And yeah, it was just really, really, really well done. If you have enough intelligence, you don't have to physically fight the master because his whole plan was stupidly flawed. Yeah. He just wasn't like, he wasn't as smart as he thought he was. He wasn't as thought out as he thought he was. And so yeah, if you get, that's the thing I really liked about the game. Intelligence heavily affected how things went to the point where, yeah, if you get to the end and you high int, you don't even fight him. You don't even fight him because you're just like, your plan is bad, here's why. And you just tell him like all the issues in his plan. And he's like, huh? It's great. Yeah, the low int runs are really interesting. Really, really interesting. What's the announcement? You'll hear soon. I'm giving people a minute. Love how the low int, high int affecting dialogue choices and NPCs react to you. The low int runs, you basically are like a caveman. If you're super low int and you do a full low int run, you don't increase it. Some of the characters, like, you get tricked by a lot of characters that are smarter than yours. And then in general, you kind of like brute force your way through a lot of things. You are able to make choices like just punching a thing when you wouldn't be able to if you didn't have that low int, right? Like, yeah, the dialogue is rewritten entirely, which is cool. It's not just the answers your character can give, it's the entire scenario. All the dialogue is redone. It's cool, man. It's really, really cool. The Enclave Garden too with the low int run. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of really cool shit like that. So, yeah, it's cool, man. It's cool. Thought the announcement was you taking your fiber pill? No. 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 But yeah, I if you guys haven't played Fallout 1 and 2, I actually really highly recommend it. Even though they're older, they're still good to play through. They're not too jank. And I want to see, I think, are they on Steam? Fallout, a post-nuclear role-playing game. Fallout 2, a post-nuclear role-play. Yeah, okay. Both of them are on Steam. Yeah. I was pretty sure they were, but I didn't want to say that until I confirmed because I couldn't remember. Yeah, they're on there, so, I mean, no reason not to. You should do it. They're on GOG. They're on GOG. So, someone tell me again how they're on GOG. You saw a storyline in Vampire Masquerade where you convince someone that you're their pet turtle. Yeah, the writing in a lot of those is just, it's goofy as hell. It's really, really good. But yeah, I suggest playing 1 and 2. They were so good, man. 1 aged a little worse. For sure, I would still say play through it. I mean, hey, I played through it at the time, and it was fine. Okay, it was alright. But yeah, 2 has been improved a lot, from what I've heard. I don't know, I just went through and replayed 2 multiple times back in the day, so I haven't really played any of the newer versions of it or anything like that. Voice acting in 1 surprised you with how great it was? That's the thing. Very old games, fully voice acted. Like voice acted all over the place. Really, really, really good. So if you like that about things like Baldur's Gate, you have that. You have that. You love reading about the lore in the world in Fallout, but it's not a visual style you find fun watching. I'm gonna be honest, I don't like it either. I still play them because I like the games themselves. I don't like the aesthetic of post-apocalyptic desert world kind of thing either. I genuinely don't like it. I don't like wastelands. It just is very unappealing to me. I'd rather play in a game that is filled with greenery or wintry areas or something like that. Like, Yeah, Nuked Out California. I don't like it either. I'm completely with you. I still play the games, but yeah, everything's gray and brown. What about the Mad Max films? Didn't like them either. They were okay. I just didn't love them. I just hate the desert. I just hate the desert. Surprisingly, I liked the way they did Dune, but I think it's because the lighting and the cinematography were nice. But, wasn't a fan overall. They also found ways in that movie to try and make blue scenery as much as they possibly could. You know. You hate sand? Yes. Yep. The classic. I do hate sand. Desert maps are the worst. Pretty much every game that has a desert map, it's my least favorite. I don't know. I'm not a fan of like the orange everything. You know, ooh, orange rock forms. No. In Dune Desert has surprisingly a lot of life. I'm also biased because I really, really, really love the books. Does Antarctica count as a desert? It is, but it's not a sandy desert like that. What about Journey? I haven't played Journey. So, IDK, man. IDK. What are things like Wheel of Time, which is post-apocalypse, but also after new society established? Well, then I like that. It's just I don't like the post-apocalyptic, everything is sand, only forever, and scorched kind of thing. You know? Desert is part of the reason why you like the setting of 3 more than New Vegas? I think it was well handled in 3. Like, it was a little prettier, whereas New Vegas was more, like, dirty, gritty. I think. I don't know. Journey's worth giving a shot. It's short. How do I say this? One of the reasons why I haven't played it is because I'm afraid it's a game about feelings and it's not going to hit for me. You know what I mean? Now, I don't know if it really is. Maybe it has great mechanics. Doesn't look like it does, but I haven't looked into it again because I don't want to be spoiled. Maybe it has the best story ever. I don't know, but I liked Outer Wilds not for the ending at all. I liked it for everything, the whole journey there, right? And which maybe is the point of the game Journey, but it was very much about figuring things out and figure out the mechanics. So I loved that game. If Journey is that game without figuring out mechanics and it's really just like walk through an area and like read about something, I have a feeling that like it's gonna be hit or miss, because if the story isn't really good, the writing isn't really good, then I'm just gonna like shit on people's favorite game. And it's gonna be like round 3, you know? Everyone's like, play this game, it made me cry, and then I'm like, I don't like it. There's no writing? No, there's still writing if there's no dialogue. It's still writing scenarios. Story's barely there. Then what do? Do you just run through? It's more of a pure platformer that's really pretty. If like the platforming is good, then I might like it because I like platforming. That's the thing, like it has to have something. It has to have something. Afraid to feel something understood. I hate this narrative. Can we stop? That everyone who dislikes games with narratives has no feelings. It's so fucking annoying. It's just like, how do I say this? No, I know you're kidding. I'm just, in general, like, I have a lot of like friends that also experience this, where when they don't like a movie that's very emotional, people are like, it's because you have no emotion. And I'm like, what? No, people are just different, right? Like, there are absolutely stories that I've watched or like games that I've played through where they did hit, but I feel like a lot of the ones that are known for that are sort of like the low-hanging fruit. I don't like those, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Titanic. Reading about the actual story of the Titanic hits me harder than watching the movie. The movie gives me nothing. It's not a bad movie, it just doesn't really give me anything. I'm not like crying at the end, you know? But yeah, it just depends on how it's presented. You like Arcane but hate the characters? I liked Arcane. I like season 1 more. I hated that in season 2, every cool moment had to become like a music video, and it was always with a music style I didn't really like that much. So it kind of like took the vibe of the setup that was going well and then ruined it. like there would be a setup, it'd be writing that I was cool with, and things happening with the characters. I'm like, oh, okay, here's the build up, and then there's the climax of whatever's happening, and then it turns into fucking like a music video with like Animals by Maroon 5. You know, like some fucking song like that. And I'm like, I hate this, man. Like, I think if someone took all those kinds of scenes from Arcane and just replaced the music with some better genre, I would be totally fine with it. It felt like it was too much. And then my other complaint, it was that, and then one other thing that really like snapped me out of being immersed in it. It's about the character models. Can you guess? It's one thing about all of the character models that I could not do. I could not stand looking at. Yeah, it's usually Imagine Dragons. I don't like Imagine Dragons. Their eyes, no. No. I'll tell you in a sec. Arcane soundtrack is very modern and poopy. Oh, poppy. This is poopy. Yeah, those overall as words are not the problem. It's just the specific song choices. I don't know. Yeah, it was the teeth. It was the teeth. It was the teeth of all of the characters. Something about the way they modeled the characters' faces and their bone structure and everything. Their teeth were all too big for their mouths. Did you notice that? Every character in Arcane had like buck teeth, and it freaked me out. Like, it was Uncanny Valley, right? So it wasn't that big of a deal, but you know, there'd be some sad scene, they'd be like, oh, crying, and like they would just appear buck teeth to me, and it would just snap me out of like the scene, you know? Yeah, like Donkey Kong teeth. You never noticed? Let me get a screenshot. Arcane teeth. I just think almost all of the characters had, you know, something going on. A lot of them had, like, gap teeth. Yeah, as I'm looking at pictures, they just weren't right. Like, what the fuck did they do to Caitlyn? And the character models, when they had their mouths closed, I think they all kind of had, like, weird lips a little bit too, in that the mouth the lips protruded forward, which made it look like their bone structure. You know the maxilla? That's the upper part of your jaw that your upper teeth are in. So it's the bone right above your upper teeth. It looked like they all had a protruding maxilla. Does that make sense? Look at Caitlyn's teeth. Why are front teeth so big? And they gave half the characters a gap. Ha 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 ha. Why are we laugh tracking? It was just one of those things I just didn't get. Kate is British. Okay, you know what? Yeah, she gets a pass. She gets a pass. I don't know. I feel like when you watch it, every other character has huge fucking teeth. Something about the way, it wasn't always that they were huge too, it was the placement of them. It felt like, again, like they had protruding, like, I don't know, maybe they just all had overbite. Maybe that was the issue. I think they all had a solid overbite, and their front two teeth were all incredibly wide. I don't know, man. It was weird. No braces in that universe. It's not about having perfect teeth. It's about they made every character's teeth very large, which even if you have braces, that doesn't fix that. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things where I was like, why are they so... I don't know. They wanted to make them a little ugly for relatability. I don't think that was the intent with the teeth. I think whoever just was doing the modeling, that's just their style. I think that's just their style. I don't think it's that deep. Also, like, yeah, the characters have always looked a little realistic in some ways in some of the splash art, but I don't think it was about that. I don't know. You can't see it. I felt it the whole time while I was watching it. The whole time. You think the gaps are on purpose? The gaps are on purpose, but I know how much art directors agonize over every little thing. There's no way they didn't think about it, right? I don't know. This picture of Jinx drinking from a straw and her teeth look normal to me. Don't look at pictures, watch scenes and watch the way their faces move. It puts it into perspective. They gave all the characters overbite and they gave them all like a forward protruding maxilla. I know it's so specific, but it really fucked me up. It really fucked me up. Teeth of Legends. Yeah, yeah. You can't unsee it. It just, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. And I've seen, I mean, there's so many other games and movies and things where they do fully animate 3D characters with teeth and everything, and it just doesn't give me that uncanny valley feeling the way this did. There's a behind the scenes on how they made models, and it was a style choice to have the mouths protruding. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can tell it was done that way on all of them, and I don't know. I think it's probably that they wanted to make it I don't know, a way for them to be able to overdo the mouth shapes when they're speaking in the animation so that it's more interesting. There's more visual movement happening, right? But it just made me look at it and go, something's wrong, right? My brain was just like, oh, I don't know. Nothing will ever be as cursed as the original Sonic movie before they fixed it. Yeah, with this peepo teeth smile. Yeah, yeah. You did like that Jinx's face model changed with her mental state? Yeah, I think overall, I mean, it's clear that they put so much thought into how things looked. I think a lot of the plot lines in the second season moved very quickly, and I felt like they were trying to do environmental storytelling with some things, but also a lot of it was too abstract. And the thing is, when things are very abstract, I think it's good to spend a lot of time on them, a lot of time with little things that you notice to do this abstract type of storytelling. The problem is they did things that were really abstract and spent 3 seconds on them and moved through it very quickly. And I think a lot of people just truly had no fucking clue what was going on. I can't tell you how many of my own friends were like, we got here, but I don't know how we got here. And I think it was just too short. Yeah, I could use more episodes. I mean, when you do a show with something like Netflix or a TV show or anything, you set out beforehand how many episodes you're going to do. And that's part of your thing with them, right? You're like, we're going to do 24 episodes of this show. And then there you go. Writers get to cook and make it work within 24 episodes. It's kind of done backwards like that. So I'm going to assume they struck the Netflix deal for season 2. Netflix was like, do this many episodes. And they were like, yeah, we're going to do that many episodes. And then they just had to make it fit, you know? Which kind of sucks. Kind of sucks. You need 3 more episodes at least. I agree. For what show is Arcane? Season 2 specifically. Yeah, I think, I don't know. I felt like they didn't have that issue with the first season, so they've clearly demonstrated they know how to not do that. I think they just were given the second season and that's it. And, you know, they decided on a number of episodes, and then when people get to writing and get to making it work, if they discover, you know, we do need more time to tell this part of the story, you are faced with the decision of either squish it down so it fits in or cut entire plot lines, you know, and that's it. So I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Oh my god, I was. There we go. I cleaned so much yesterday, and I kicked up a lot of dust. I did like all of the kind of like spring cleaning. You know, I went through and did like every little thing. And it's so clean in here now, but there's definitely more dust in the air, and I'm like, oh. Oh. Hated the depiction of Warwick. Yeah, you know, I played Warwick in the games quite a bit. And, I don't know. It just felt like, I was like, huh? Why are we doing any of this with Warwick? What's going on? I don't know. It was okay. It was alright. I wish they spent more time on Singed and all the stuff he was doing. Genuinely. I wish they gave him a lot more time. I don't know. I feel like Singed was just a guy who they built up just to be a guy who, like, injects Warwick and is like, I'm a creepy dude with my creepy project. And then he's gone. Like, he shows up again and gets, like, he doesn't get to do anything crazy outside of that. I don't know. I don't know. I wanted more Singed. They used the better done character. I think he was well done. I just wish they got to do more with him, right? And they got to give him more airtime. He just kind of showed up and did one thing, and that was it. You know? I wish they focused on him a little more. Oh, you want the cool werewolf look again, not the weird human goblin looking thing? Yeah, I agree, but it made sense with, you know, he was freshly, I don't want to spoil something, but he was freshly whatever. It made sense. It made sense, man. You want to see Jin? Oh, man, imagine all the animation they would do with Jin. It could be so good. Sorry, I'm like, I got a tissue in my nose. Ugh. There we go. Singe was always a guy behind the scenes, but he's responsible for so many huge things. Yeah, in the lore, he's, you know, I think Riot needs that MMO. You know, Copium, because we know they threw out the project entirely and restarted it. So even if it does happen, it's not anytime soon, at all, or not at all. But their lore is really expansive, and I think they just need an MMO to tell all of it. That's it. Or they just write some fucking books. I don't know. I don't know. Pretty sure they gave up on the MMO. No. What they did was they were working on it. They had the existing project, and then they decided it was just not it the way it was going, and they completely scrapped what they were working on and decided to from the ground up start again. So they did give up, quote unquote, but they just gave up on version 1 and decided to redo. So it's interesting. But they did announce, they talked about it, that they are moving forward. But they also made an announcement, because they talked about it really early on, how they had a project going for the MMO, and they said, we know we announced this, just so you're aware of, like, progress. We threw it out and we're starting again. You know what I mean? So that way people know that it's still ongoing, but it's not, you know, oh, you announced this 5 years ago, so it's 5 years in. It's not at all. It's, like, freshly started again. So, you know. Yeah, 20XX, exactly. I haven't heard anything from the MMO in years. We literally were all just saying that they did announce that they started again. So, incorrect. They did. And so if there is actually good news, it's just also bad news, because it means they, you know, cut the old shit. So it's like, good news, we're working on it, but bad news, forget any of the old progress, any of the old time you spent thinking about it, forget all that, you know? So it's rough. If only more companies would toss bad projects and restart them. They don't have the funding to do that. Riot does, because Riot makes buku bucks. But other companies don't have the money to do that at all. They have to full send it. They have the money to maybe redo a couple small things, but you have to be top 3 revenue or top 3 profit, you know, companies to be able to actually, like, do shit like that. There's just no way. Metroid Prime 4 treatment. Yeah. Yeah, I'm really excited for Prime 4. I've been waiting for, you know, since the last game. And they did such a good job with Metroid Dread. That game was actually so good. Genuinely so good. So I've been really hopeful Really, really hopeful that they care. Hashtag they care about Metroid. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Dread was sick. Dread was so good. I think you should all play it. But if you haven't played it, I think you should take the chance to play Fusion first, the older game Fusion, because it's the prequel to it. Not the prequel, it was a game, and then they made the sequel Dread. But they're really far apart in timeline of when they were made. But Fusion was really good. Super Metroid Fusion and Super Metroid and Fusion were my two favorite games in the series, outside of the Prime series, you know, like in the normal 2D ones. So Fusion, it's just so worth playing. It's so worth playing. Genuinely. Yeah, Zero Mission. Any of the Game Boy or GBA Metroids were like insane. They were all insane. Even regular just Metroid was good. If you're comparing it to games around itself, made at the same time, it was really good. So. It's on Switch Online. Yeah. That's the thing, is like you really, really, really can just go back and play it easily. So I think you should do it. Yeah, GBA Metroids were goated. They were insane. So do it. Go play it. I promise. They're actually so good. No, it's its own game, Karate. Yeah, it wasn't, the DS one was separate. It's not a remake of anything. Fusion was the first time that they, without giving you all the lore and spoiling, it was the first time they introduced a certain type of, we'll call it a virus. There was an illness, a type of cells infecting people, infecting things, and then that kind of storyline was first introed in Fusion, and then Dread kind of takes that on. So you played the demo, Dread, and the Emmys terrified you the first time? I tell people all the time that Metroid genuinely is within the horror genre. Like, it really is in the horror genre, and people are always like, it's not though, it's like, it's just like a side scroller, and I'm like, brother, play Dread. The game is called Metroid Dread, okay? The title is that. But like, I can't tell you how many of my friends I watch stream it, and when they first encounter one of those, they're like, oh my god, they're like genuinely freaking the fuck out. You know? It's so good. And then some of the old games were really creepy, really gross, man. For sure. And it, more so if you read the lore, like you read little logs as you go that they give you, you read about the things that are around, and then you're like, oh my god, I have to go through an area alone with this shit that could kill me instantly. Like, you know, it genuinely was terrifying. It was scary. The Metroid enemy itself kind of freaked you out? Yeah. The infected suit stalking you in Fusion. Yeah. That's the thing. In Fusion, they introduce, you know, this infection that is, like, taking a lot of things over. And the thing with Metroid is you're alone in every game. You are sent in alone, no communication with anyone. It's just you and maybe your ship. like you're straight up just alone. You don't have the thing you have in a lot of other games where there's some guy calling you and you're talking to some dude and he's like telling you what to do or whatever. In a lot of Metroid games, you're communicating with a system, but not like people, you know? So it genuinely, you know, it immerses you nicely, I think. Rank other M? Oh, Garbo tier. Like it didn't even exist. In a brief amount. Yeah, a little in Zero Mission, a little, but most games, not all. Most games, you don't really talk to anyone. And if anything, like in Dread, there was a sort of system that you tap into, but you're not really talking to anyone. And I think that sense of loneliness in those games is really good because it's sort of reminding you of like the vastness of space and giving you the cosmic horror vibe a little bit, which is there's a huge void, there are a lot of scary things here, and I'm alone, right? Like they just got those bullet points down really well. Mother Brain's final form is nightmare fuel in the 2D scrollers. And I always play the Mother Brain theme when I talk about what it feels like to walk through a Walmart in Texas. Dude. Yeah, Mother Brain. Final 4. Bow, 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 bow. Yeah, I won't show it to you. You should just play it. Yeah, Mother Brain was just disgusting. Like, just straight up so gross. And I remember in Super Metroid when I got up to Mother Brain and, like, was fighting, like, the final version, I was just so, like... I was so grossed out. I remember being a little scared because I was like, I don't like this. I don't like this thing. I don't like it at all. Why specifically in Texas? Because there are several times I've had to be in Texas for various things, and every time I've gone to a Walmart there, it's just where I've experienced the most Karen-ing ever. And people on scooters. That's just my personal experience. Not saying it doesn't happen elsewhere. It's just, you know, that's what the image my brain produces when I think about... When I hear the Mother Brain theme, I'm like, yeah. I remember going to that Walmart with all the people on the scooters in Texas. You hate Walmart? Me too. I actually don't like it. Now I'm not from a place where, like, you know, there are a lot of Walmarts. A lot of people say it's an American thing, but it's not really a city thing. It's a very suburban and rural thing. So I really never shopped at Walmart unless I was away. I was on a trip for some reason. And I always felt like Walmart just kind of sucked. It was okay. It was all right. But the place wasn't the problem. It's just a lot of the products were very, like, not that good. I don't know. It just feels like it's very barely passable. A lot of things that I've bought at Walmart broke apart instantly. Yeah, they target low income. I mean, it makes sense because they're genuinely just trying to make things happen for people in those types of areas. Like, that is the point, yeah. But I just never liked it. But I've always been the kind of person who doesn't buy a lot of stuff. I buy one thing that's nice and then keep it forever, you know? So I don't know. Really just depend on location, depending on what product. Yeah. You prefer Aldi. Aldi has kind of the same issue. It's the Vimes boots theory, right? Where, like, things that are made more cheaply so that they can be affordable for people also fall apart quickly. Therefore, they have to buy more and they end up spending a lot of money. But they can't afford that nice pair of boots that won't go bad in 2 months. They can't afford that one-time payment, so they keep buying the cheap ones over and over because it's what they can afford in that moment. And I feel like it just fucks people over. Yeah, it's expensive to be poor. Exactly. Exactly. There are certain things where it makes sense to do that and other things it doesn't. But yeah, I feel like, you know, then when I go to a place like Walmart or Aldi, I feel like I feel that in person, you know? Like, it's facing me. Now, yeah, you don't need to go to Whole Foods to buy your fancy kale. Like, it does not matter. But certain things just fall apart. I don't know. Like, genuinely, not everything that is expensive is good quality. But if you do put money down to buy a good quality clothing item, and it's something basic, it's something that won't go out of fashion, you can have it almost forever if you take care of it, you know? So certain things like wearable stuff are good to put more money down in and just own less of it. Great. There are other things that just doesn't fucking matter. Yeah, like jeans, work boots. If you need a good pair of work boots, like, you're so much better off trying to put money into that of all things. But there are other things where it doesn't matter so much. Like t-shirts, who fucking cares? You know? Buy the cheap ones and run through them, you know? You can buy new ones and have them forever, yeah, but if you're gonna have to pick and choose between things, you can only buy one expensive thing. Probably go for, like, a nice jacket, not, like, a nice t-shirt, you know? You learn the hard way to follow washing instructions? You know, I several years ago started paying way more attention to that. one of my cousins works in the fashion industry, and I was in her house, well, her apartment at one point, and she was like doing laundry as we were talking, and I was watching her line dry everything, air dry everything. She had a drying rack, and she was being really meticulous with how certain things she laid out flat, other things she hung, etc. And I was watching her do it, and I was like, you're really meticulous with that. Like, what's it doing for you? You know, like, is this because you like it? Or, and she was talking about different fabrics, different textiles, which she knows a lot about, so I trust her on that. And she was like, yeah, you know, these sorts of things I can dry, these other things, never put in the dryer, ever. Always do this, blah, blah, blah. You know, these sorts of things always lay flat to dry, never hang them, etc., etc. And I kind of already, like, knew it wears it down, but I never thought about it critically and decided to, like, air dry stuff, right? You know, I just never really went for it. And I always owned a good number of natural fabrics anyway, once I got into my adult life. So the dryer wasn't that bad on a lot of my clothing. Even so, I started just being like, you know what? All right, I'm going to do it. I said for a month, I'm going to like air dry everything and not really use my dryer except for maybe some blankets or whatever. And so many things that I take better care of last so long. So long. Even cheaper stuff, if you just take really good care of it, you know? And it's not really that time consuming to just lay things out. It's really not. Put them on a drying rack and just hang them. It takes an extra 10 minutes compared to throwing it into the dryer. It's not really much of a time commitment, and it genuinely has like helped a lot. And I'm frugal. I don't like buying clothing. I don't like owning things. I don't like replacing things if I don't have to. And yeah, it's just helped so much, especially things that have any sort of printing on them, like t-shirts that you buy, merch, VTuber merch that have printed whatever's on them. Not putting them in the dryer is the greatest thing you could do. Genuinely. Does that apply to bedding too? Anything, any fabric. For sure. Reminds me of the dishwasher. Yeah, some things you just don't want to throw in there. And, you know, I started like, I'd say a little over 5 years ago, especially. Maybe more than that. Wait, how long have I been streaming? 4 years? Yeah, probably like another 4 years prior, maybe like 8 years ago. I started becoming really mindful about that stuff. And I have had enough time now to sit here and really feel and notice the difference. Checks my badge. Yeah, hey, people in the Patrician's Parlor, give me more ideas for the 4-year badge. I asked, and you guys gave a couple thoughts, but it wasn't much. It wasn't much, so give more if you can. Give more if you can. I spent literal minutes on the Photoshop. Such hard work. It was crazy. It was crazy. The fruits of your labor were insane. Truly astounding, dude. Anyway, some stuff is worth buying expensive, some stuff is not, but in general, be like me and own like, I don't know, 5 clothing items per season per category. 5 designated peak of summer hot weather shirts. 5 designated anywhere between 70 and 50 degrees shirts. 5 that are for cold weather. Boom. Do it like that with everything. Easy. And then I have a one separate drawer just for t-shirts, because everything you do ever gives you a t-shirt. And I just have one t-shirt drawer, and I wear them sometimes. That's it. That's it. One single bodysuit per season. Just wear coveralls. Buy coveralls in like 3 colors. Actually, you know, this is when I'm gonna say you should be like the dad from Outdoor Boys. Okay? That dude has 10 of the same shirt in different colors. And he wears the fuck out of them, and we appreciate that. I can't with that dude's fucking shirts, man. Ugh. Do you miss the announcement? No, I always wait a little bit into stream to say it. Soon. 10 minutes or so. He never went back to the brown one. Yeah, he wore that red shirt in that one video. He wore that red shirt like 3 times, the green one 3 times, the blue one 2 times, something like that. And then the brown one he never went back to. He wore it once. And I wonder, you know, what did the brown shirt do to him? What was his issue? Hi, Garrick. Outdo boys! Garrick, last time we watched one of his videos, we were counting how many times he wore each of his shirts. He was like re-wearing them. And one shirt, I was freaking out because he wore it one day, slept in it, and then wore it again the next day. So either he had 2 of the same shirt in the same color, or that dude never changed his shirt, which is disgusting considering he's going outside and like getting sweaty and doing outdoor boys shit and then getting in bed with it and doing it again the next day. I don't know. I really hope he just had 2 of the red shirt. I really hope so. I don't know. Outdoor boys. Very stinky. I'm gonna be honest, if you want to be that person, you want to wear something and then take it off and hang it and then wear it the next day, like, as long as it doesn't smell, I kind of don't fucking care. But it depends on what you did in it. If you were sedentary and you just laid down all day, you sat in a chair all day and you didn't sweat, okay, I don't love it, but okay, whatever. But if you're like going outside and you're getting sweaty and you're in mud and conditions and such, come on, man. Right? Come on, man. I don't know. Feels like a guy who just has a lot of the same shirts. He did. He was wearing the same shirt every day in a different color. And that's why we were counting. We're like, how many times did he wear the red one? How many times did he wear the green one? Right? He is that guy. Genuinely. As you get older, you just love a plain white t-shirt with like 3 to 4 flannel shirts. Dude, I'm telling you, every day, get sweatpants that don't look like sloppy sweatpants. They look like joggers, athleisure, something slightly nicer than just shitty sweatpants. Okay? That and a white t-shirt every day. You can never go wrong. You can never go wrong. Also, Garrick, I have something for you. I have... You were talking about, like, the best thing you do is to count, track him making bread in his honey butter pancakes. Or pancakes. Dude. Garrick, look at this. Why is there a thermos of hot water in my bed? Outdoor boys. Outdoor boys. Put that one on the fridge. I should just get a fridge and put it on the right, and then we put things on the fridge, right? Who brought Tang? Dude, Tang is... oof. Oof. I don't even say it. Tang is oof. I just can't get over... I was on the verge of getting real upset. We were watching Outdoor Boys the last time, and they never ate vegetables. Everything was carbs and sugar and some meat sometimes. Not even that much meat. They had like waffles and pancakes and sweet stuff for breakfast every single day. They never drank water. Like, water was not enough. It had to be flavored. It had to have sugar in it. It was crazy, crazy. I was like, what? Yeah, no fiber. There's no way they're pooping without, like, hurting. I bet they have a poop knife. There's just no way. Vegetables contain lots of water, and water is heavy. Yeah, well, you should be eating them. You should be eating them. I don't know, man. Someone said this normal for Mormons or something. As we were watching the video, 2 different people in the chat were saying that they're ex-Mormon. Or one of them is ex-Mormon, one of them grew up Mormon. Maybe they didn't leave it, but they're just like, you know, like ghosting it. And both of them said that that was really, really, like, just super common in Mormon households. That is just the diet. And that sounds terrible, man. That's terrible. It's LDS. Hey, to someone on the outside, same shit. To someone on the outside, same shit. If you eat the animals that eat the vegetables, doesn't it count? Nope. Nope. Hey, man. Just take vitamins and fiber pills at the very least if you're gonna eat like shit. It all comes full circle. Is the first thing we talked about when we went live today. Please take a vitamin if you're not gonna eat a balanced diet, and you'll be all right. Okay? You'll be okay. You'll be okay. Still a cult either way. Nah, they got too many people. They're a full religion. I mean, the thing is, you could say it about practically every religion at this point, right? You know? They all say crazy shit. It's all right. How does the faction system work? We have a full description, FAQ, etc., in the Discord. Fiber is such a massive noticeable change in how my diet affects me. Yeah, genuinely. It changes how a lot of things work. It's not just about your poops. It's not just about your poops. All right? Pizza's tomato, this vegetable enough for me. It's better than nothing, yeah. You make fruit smoothies to get the vitamins and fiber. Yeah, I mean, what I was saying earlier was, we actually talked about smoothies. I was saying, like, you don't need to make a smoothie. A lot of the time when you make a smoothie, actually you are having things that are... Fruit has a lot of natural sugar in it, right? A lot of people add sugar to them as well, or they add something in there that is sweet. Even if you don't, you have a lot of natural sugars in there. Just take a vitamin and fiber pills. There you go. Then again, I eat fruit all the time. I like apples. I like green grapes. I like peaches. I like everything. So it's all good. No, you didn't, Trey. Not yet. You have a prayer? It's broken. I was actually just thinking about it the other day, Oshi. It's broken right now. Let me check. Yeah, it's broken right now. I'd have to go fix it. Let me see one thing. Or actually, I did work on fixing it. Let me see if it's like a thing that I can actually hold on. I might be able to do something here. Resend the audio file. Yeah, but I do know I was working on fixing it like a week ago. So let me see if this is gonna be possible. Because I might actually be able to make it happen. Hold on. It was just something about it was bugged, so I had to build it from scratch. You don't understand people with super picky diets, like what caused it? Their parents not forcing them to eat things. It's usually not, it's just not being exposed to a lot of different things. And then not being forced to eat those things. If you were given the option to just leave it, then you probably kept just leaving it. I was not allowed. I had to finish my food. If I really didn't like something that was served to me, it wasn't, okay, then you just won't eat today. It was, no, you have to eat it. Like, suck it up. You know what would be terrible? Getting stabbed. You know what would be terrible? Falling off a cliff. Oh, I don't want to eat this food. You can deal with it. Nut up. Like, you know what I mean? Like you just had to. You had to, so I did. And if you complained, you'd get the lecture of a lifetime, and then you'd be forced to eat anyway, so. It didn't really work like that. Okay, let me check something. Oh, I might be able to do it. Why can't I find... Hold on. I might be able to fix the prayer. We're getting there. We're getting there. What's happening? I'm trying to fix... Remember we used to have that old, the thingy? The prayer? Well, now, I think I can fix it. I just don't know if I can do it on cheer right now without restarting some crazy shit. So how about... Maybe I could do it on something else. I just need to trigger it differently. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do it on Cheers right now. That's something that I have to change when I'm not streaming, and then when I start stream, it goes into effect. It doesn't like being changed midstream. So maybe, just maybe, I could do it differently. How about manual trigger? Yeah, I mean, that was one of the reasons why we removed it, right? Was because someone would come in and be like, oh, we haven't done our prayer yet today, and let's play it, and they play it, and it's this long thing that interrupts the stream, which is fine at the beginning of the stream, totally fine. That's what I wanted. And then someone would come in 10 minutes later and be like, oh, I bet we haven't done the prayer yet, and they'd play it again. And we'd be like, moved on past it, and people would be like, all right. All right. So that's why I kind of, you know, that's why I kind of did that. It was too much. It was too much. Ooh, okay. Hold on, I'm cooking. I'm cooking.
Our GEEGA, who art in twitch.tv, hallowed be thy game. Thy kingdom shrimps, thy model we glimpse.
There it is.
On earth as it is in the underworld. Give us this day our daily quests, and forgive us our nasty slaps as we forgive those who only tier 1 sub. And lead us straight into down bad, and deliver us from weevil from Yu-Gi-Oh! Amen.
Alright, okay, there we go. Ta-da! I think what I'll try to do is, see if I can make a version where only mods can trigger it, maybe? Something like that might help. Maybe that would help. What I really wanted to do is I want to see if, I'm pretty sure I can do this, I just have to write it myself, but I could make something that lets me use... Yeah, that's the bot feature list. Oh, I have my own thing that I run just for this stuff. I mean, you could maybe do it on your end, actually. I wonder if that's easier. I have stuff running locally, Blazing, so that's why I'm thinking about it. We could do it on yours. We could do it on my end. That's a good question, actually. I'll think about that. Have it autoplay only when it's hype train level 10. I think I can do that. I've done that with something else before. Yeah, I think I can do that. Or maybe not. I don't know if I could do the number of the level very easily. It has a hard time reading that in, but I could do it when it updates up a level, when it levels up. And then turn off after one play. I'll have to see. I'll have to see. There'll be a way for me to do it. I'm sure. It's just a little funky with reading it in on time. Sometimes it takes forever to understand what level it's on. Oh, maybe. No time per stream, channel points redeem. I can, if I do them as channel points, they mess up a lot. I don't know what it is with using those to trigger stuff in at least what I'm running here, but when people would redeem stuff and I would have channel point redeems be what targets something, if there was anything else playing at the same time, those would always drop out. It would think that it triggered the thing happening, but for whatever reason, it just wouldn't actually play if something else was recently triggered within a minute of it. So it was a little jank, and I didn't want to spend the time going in and fixing that. I just really didn't. So I didn't worry about it. I also just don't like flooding the channel point menu. I feel like we have way too many. We have enough. For sure. But there are ways to do it. We'll work on it. We'll cook on it. Anyway, I am going to... Hold on, I gotta send a thing to somebody. Sorry, we've been getting so much work done behind the scenes, so I'll literally be midstream. And I'll have to, like, send over a message to someone else. Hold on. Let me just check on a thingy. Hold on. Okay, this all ties into something that's happening soon. Cabe, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you so much. Thank you, Cabe. I appreciate that. We gotta take the outdoor boys off the screen. I can't look at it anymore. I can't do it no more. I can't do it. Thank you, Cabe. Appreciate it. Nick earlier as well. Thank you for that 10 gifted subs. That's crazy. Thank you all for the resubs today. You have Zex, Someone Online, Paul, Spoopy, Atlantis, Zykor, King Zip with the fresh sub, welcome in. Arsenal Churro, Cassie, Dr. Karate, and Queso. Thank you all for the resubs. Appreciate it. Okay. So I've been getting a lot of shit done on the side. Something that was not given a lot of lead time, but we've been like crunching to make it happen really fast and in time, is we are doing a new outfit debut very soon. Viking, holy shit, thank you for that 10 gifted subs. New outfit and a whole thing very soon. I did post on Twitter vaguely about it, did not mention what it was. Here's the tweet. Let me show you the tweet. Hold on. Let me get this on the screen. Boom. Look at Boris. Look at him. Boris is getting a new outfit too. Ooh. Anyway, we're going to be streaming Thursday and Friday. The game releases Friday. You'll be able to play it. I think if you're Eastern time, it's midnight Friday, so you start on Friday. I get to play it Thursday. I will be streaming it Thursday. So I will be streaming it the day before. The full release and everything. I am also doing a full sponsorship with Monster Hunter both days. So I have a full sponsored stream. We've been working together for the last bit on just getting all this shit done in time. It's been so it's not a lot of time. When I heard from them that this thing was going through, it was not a lot of time. So we've just been crunching really hard on the back end getting this shit done. But yeah, we have a full 2 days of being sponsored by them, both the 27th and the 28th. And I'm doing a full outfit and everything, and Boris gets an outfit. Whoa! So we're doing all of this. Yeah, it's a very short timeline. I mean, it was within 2 months, basically, which most VTuber outfits at the shortest are done in like 3 months, to be honest. Yeah, that's the other thing I was going to mention. There will be merch related to this. However, it will be pre-ordered because this was such a short timeline. It's impossible to get everything made and shipped to a fulfillment center and then, like, you know, you're like buying the stock of it as it happens. So my choice is either no merch or do pre-order. And I said, it's fine to do pre-order, you know, it'll be okay. As long as I tell you guys beforehand so you know. Hold on, I press something, there we go. As long as I tell you beforehand so you know that that's, you know, how it is. But yeah, we're just gonna do a limited time pre-order thingy. Pre-order period. So that is what's going on with that, okay? So we have outfit debut. We have a full, we're doing like a showcase thing where I talk about Monster Hunter. I talk about Wilds in particular. Especially if you've never played Monster Hunter, we can talk about it. And then we play the game. We play the game a bunch. They're letting me play it a day early as well. So, yeah, they knew to get Monster Hunter's Strongest Warrior yet. Thank you, Capcom. Thank you, Capcom. But yeah, we've been talking to Capcom reps and everything, and Monster Hunter reps and all of that. They've even allowed me, if I wanted, to be able to play the game super early, like full release and everything. So, moo! Thank you so much, Capcom. It's great. It's great. Anyway, yeah, I'm Capcom's Strongest Warrior. I'm Monster Hunter's Strongest Warrior. So we will be doing this Thursday and Friday. Huge streams. I'm going over with them when exactly they want specific things to happen, just to make sure that the timeline's all good, and I will update later on exactly when which thing is happening, but just know those 2 days are both event days. And I'm excited. I'm excited. So we're doing that the 27th. The 27th. You want to wait to play it yourself when people be streaming a day earlier? Lol. Yeah, cry about it. Yeah, they're giving it to me early. But also that means if you want to see the game and you're trying to decide if you want to buy it and play it day it comes out, you can just check it out when I'm on it the day before and decide. You know, let that be the thing that helps you look at it. So, I will be crying. Yeah. Yeah. When does the pre-order hit? Do you mean for the merch or do you mean for the game? The game you can just pre-order now. You can do that. For the merch, that'll be that day. That day. Your outfit is the monster and Boris is the hunter. Yeah, I'm gonna Hulk out and turn into a dragon. That's definitely the model. That's definitely what we're teasing here. 100% real and true. I'm gonna Hulk out. Yeah. Exactly. Right. Nah, you'll see. You get any sort of kickback at the game's pre-order during your sponsorship? I have to double check. I have to double check the wording. It does, I will just say, no matter what, it does help me if you click through a tracking link that I have and order it. Yes. No matter what. Sometimes some contracts give us like a monetary cut. Sometimes it's something else. I don't remember what this one is. I'd have to go look at it. But either way, it does absolutely help me, yes. So I will have that. I'm pretty sure I will have a link for you to do that the day before, I think. If not, then I'll have it the next day. So you'll be able to get it through a link no matter what. But yeah, if you haven't bought it yet and you are waiting to buy it, you want to see it first or anything like that, yeah. Yep. You mean link it via Steam? What do you mean link it? You can buy it on Steam, yes. Yes. It's generally good to click on links that your favorite streamers provide since they track link traffic no matter what. Yeah, even, actually, that's a good point. Even if you don't buy a game, just clicking on it and checking it out, they track that. And that helps the streamer out, because if they see that a lot of people clicked on it, they're more likely to keep sponsoring that streamer, to keep wanting to work with them, everything like that. You know, if they see that that link got clicked on in that person's chat. So that is still good and helpful, even if you're not buying through the link. So if I'm ever sponsored by a thing and I'm sharing a link in chat, I do appreciate you checking it out, even if you're not sure if you're going to buy it, or like you already bought it and you just want to click and look through and see what's going on. You're basically like plus one-ing that streamer. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Been on the fences. I've never played any of them. Yeah, I'm gonna, when I do the showcase thing, parts of the showcase where I talk about the game, I am going to go over some things that maybe someone who's never played any Monster Hunter game would want to know, and would help them get into it a little bit. That's something that I'll be going over. So if you haven't played any of them, I'll hopefully be able to give a little guidance, because I know there were a lot of people that did go ahead and play World, but there are also a lot of folks that still waited. They weren't sure. So this is also going to be probably the easiest of the games. We don't know that. Based on what? Somebody told me this in a dream. You're pretty new, so you'd be interested in veteran tips. Yeah, I'd like to go in ahead and like hopefully help people figure out how the game works, how it should be played in a way. Reviews came out already. We don't care. We're gonna play it for ourselves. Also, I will say all the base content of every game is always easier, and then it's, you know, when you get into late game and they start doing event quests and all the updates and content that they add later, that's when the game gets hard. They do this with every Monster Hunter, and they do a ton of support. World, up until not long ago, was still getting updates and still having event quests go in, and they get harder and harder and harder. So when you look back in hindsight at a game and you're like, that game got really hard in the Monster Hunter series, it's because it was, you know, a couple years of updates in. So I have confidence that they'll do this with every game. But yeah, they always start out easier. They always do. Constantly. Yeah, they drop a behemoth on you. Just you wait. Yeah, look at Late Sunbreak. I think Late Sunbreak wasn't the worst. Some of Late Iceborne got really tough for people. I would play online with randoms and everyone would be dying. And then, you know, the only way people would be living through it would be that they all start spamming heavy bowgun. You know, with a perfect best in slot kit to do the most damage. And I'd be like, come on, man, fight him melee, let's go. It was funny. It was so funny. Anyway, we're doing the 27th. We're doing the 28th. And I'm officially going to be doing Hunt Week. So I'm just going to play this game all week. We might play other games each day, you know, before or after. But we're going to hunt a bit every single day that I stream. So we're doing a whole damn week. I'm letting all my friends know to just ping me when I'm playing. And if there's room, they just hop in. I will try to plan some collabs with people. But in general, I'm just going to be like, hey, here's when I'm streaming. Show up. You know, show up. And I'm not going to try to make any specific groups of 4 outside of, you know, a couple that are already planned. So, yep, it'll just be on them to drop in. Yup. Me a heavy bowgun main. What's wrong with heavy bowgun? Nothing's wrong with it. It's just at the end of World, people realized it was the highest damage output. So then they all started looking up what the best everything was online, and then they'd make that exact set, and then they'd go in and pretend they were a speedrunner and do that to go and farm things at the end. And I would be like, brother, just play your main weapon. Just play your main weapon. And they wouldn't. That was the problem. If you were already, you know, a main, totally fine, you know? That's fine. I wish people wouldn't look up sets. I wish they would just make them. I wish they would. There's also a lot of sweaty Monster Hunter Geegoids that will be no-lifing it if you're bald and lonely and need a group. Yes, very true. And it's okay if you're bald on the inside. That counts for you as well. That counts for you too. Yeah, no, we always have a lot of VCs going on. I will mention again, since hunting parties are going to start up and all that, nothing's worse than 50 people in a VC trying to play the same game and all talking over each other. So I will remind you that when you go to our Discord, we have a really, 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 really nice thing. Where when you go to the voice channels category, you can create a VC, okay? Instead of me just making 50 VCs for different hunting parties of 4, you can click on a button. It says create a VC. It has a little plus on it. You click on it and it makes a channel for you, and then you can be in the gaming chat and be like, guys, join me. I'm in this one. I'm farming this guy. You can even rename the VC, so you can name it Monhunt Wilds, anyone join? Oh, she just did it. Yeah, he just made one. It's called Bald. So you can make temp VCs and use them. So you don't have to go into the Discord and use one of the 3 normal ones and then, like, all be hunting different monsters all at different times, and it gets really fucking annoying. You know? Just saying, it's a really great feature within our Discord. Woo! So yeah, do use that when you're doing hunting parties and stuff. And if people want to all sit in a VC together, totally fine. Totally fine. Just saying, like, if you just want to have, like, your 4 stack, you can just do that in our Discord. Super easy. And a lot of the time when people do that for various games, people just join. You can use these VCs anytime in the Discord, for the record. You could just make one and be like, playing Animal Crossing, and screen share Animal Crossing. Boom. And if someone wants to jump in, they can. Boom. There you go. So, you know. Just saying. Just saying. How's that work? Does that VC get deleted when everybody leaves it? Yes. Yes. As soon as everybody's out of it, it just goes away. So it's just a temp VC. It's there until it's not used anymore. Easy. Easy. It's really nice, actually. It's just a bot. But, yeah. Do use it. Do use it for your hunting parties and all that. Does this one have a bit more large-scale open world? You will see. I cannot reveal anything about the game that hasn't already been seen until the game is released. But in general, mostly I'll say probably yeah. Probably yeah. But yeah, I can't say anything until we're there. For sure. I am under NDA. So, you know. You get a chance to play the beta? You're not going to miss out. You're not going to miss out. Everyone still has to start from the beginning and fight whatever monsters in whatever order. So if you didn't play the beta, it doesn't really matter. The only thing you might have missed out on is a little time to try out the weapons and learn, you know, the new combos for them, feel them out, and all that kind of stuff. That's totally fine. I actually didn't play that much of the beta myself. I played some, both times, and I didn't worry about too much more. I said, oh, I'll just wait until the actual, you know, release itself. Yeah, and the character creation. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Make sure all of that stuff is done before I stream it, so you don't have to watch me do that. You know what I mean? I think I'll do that. Only thing beta gets you is customizing your character and getting a feline charm for launch. Yep. Yep. Exactly. Did you manage to play the final beta? Very, very little. Very little. But I didn't worry about it because, like I said, I was given the opportunity to see some stuff really early, so I'm okay. I'm okay. I didn't really need the beta. Why is he not reading that out? Hold on. I'm gonna reopen it. Mr. TTS Man is being shy. I feel like maybe I need to update something on him. Maybe I do. Anyway. Let me take this and go. Here we go. I really feel like we should just get a fridge and I just put images on the fridge. Yeah, he's being shy. Anyway, what did you say? You did, hey, Geek, I got a big question for you. You think you could eat a 5-pound wheel of cheese in one sitting? You get to choose the kind of cheese the 5-pound wheel is. No. Nope. I could not. I don't eat a lot at one sitting. I used to be able to, and then I got incredibly ill and I can't anymore. Even then, I couldn't eat that much. I'm short. There we go. I'm fixing funny TTS man right now. Hopefully that does it. And he came into the chat just to make sure everyone here knew how excited she was for Wilds. Yeah, she really wants to play it. She really does. I think I have her for Thursday. Let me see. Let me see. I'm really excited. I just got pinged by our merch person. They were like, hey, just double checking that this is good. For when the merch items we're gonna have for this. I'm really excited. Okay, I'm really excited. One of these merch items in particular, I hope it goes well. We haven't, like, no one's made one of these yet. So, it's nothing crazy revolutionary. It's just really cool and I like it. It's cool and I like it. Let me see. I think Haruka said that she also wants to play. I just don't know if I have her Thursday or, like, you know, another day. But Haruka definitely wanted to play the game. God, I would have to find it. Let me see. I think on Friday, it's gonna be me, Mouse, Zen, Matara playing. Thursday, I think it doesn't matter who I drag in. I actually don't know who's allowed to play it Thursday. I don't know who has it early. There's a chance it could just be me. I don't know. I have to check. I have to check if any people that I know are able to play it early or not. I'm just genuinely, like, unsure. And no one's like, they have to all check themselves and tell me. But yeah, it might just be me being sponsored that day. I don't know. How many is in a hunter lobby again? No, it's 4 hunt. Yeah, it's 4. I think stripping 2. You say Peter what he would want to. I don't know if he does. I think it's really for people who are sponsored on that day. Like, if you're sponsored for that date specifically, then you have it early. So I will hit people up and see. But yeah, I can't just drag anyone in on the 27th. That's just for whoever gets it released early to them. I'm gonna message 2 people right now. Me sending people a looking for group message. LFG Monhun Wilds 27th. There we go. LFG. I was thinking of I don't want to be one of those guys, because every time someone makes a server for friends to play stuff in, you know, like, another server dies. But I always wanted to make a server that's called LFG. And it's just, the only chats in there are LFG, like, MMOs, LFG shooters, LFG, like, and then you just go into that chat and say, looking for group, Apex, Diamond only, or something like that. No one's allowed to discuss anything in there unless they're in VC. I want a server like that so badly. But there's too many friends servers. There are too many. Way too many, so I just go into other people's servers that they've already made for that purpose and invited me to, and I just say, LFG Monhun Wilds! you know. And that's it. Yeah, we can crossplay to JP, so I should be fine. I know Henya wants to play it a bunch. I know Queso wants to play a bunch. Aw. Limes does not have it on the 27th. No! And let me check what's stripping. No, Peter doesn't have it then either. No, sends the crybaby emote. You know this emote? Hold on. You know this one? That's me. Every time someone says they don't have Wilds access on the 27th after I ask them to play. Oh. Come on, man. I might be able to ask. Maybe I can ask. I'll just tweet about it. Oh, I haven't been live for 3 hours, so if I tweet now, it'll nerf both tweets because Twitter's stupid. Okay, I will schedule a tweet for like an hour and a half from now because Twitter's dumb. Anyone gonna have Monhun Wilds unlocked on the 27th like me? I am looking for a group. Cool kids with early streamer access only. I just know someone, there's gonna be, I'm gonna get a lot of replies of people not answering my question. They're just gonna be like, Sag, I only get the 28th, Sag, I only get the 28th, Sag, you know, instead of just being like, I won't say anything because I didn't, you know. You know what I'm saying? Okay, what is it, 4:21 right now? Let's set it for 6 p.m. God, I hate the fucking, I hate that Twitter nerfs posts made within 3 hours of each other. It's so annoying. There we go. It's set. It will go live. Yeah, maybe, like, only people I can think of are, like, Bruce, Co. Maybe Dan's Gaming. Like, who are, like, the usual contenders for, like, getting stuff a day early? I don't know. I feel like Bruce is he's a pretty good one. No, I haven't, not him, usually. Lyric, I'm not friends with Lyric at all. I don't think I've ever talked to him. I do know Lyric's brother. Like, I know his brother, but I'm not gonna message him and be like, yo, I know you don't know me, but I know your brother. Do you want to play Monster Hunter? Max, dude. It's another one that I don't know. Like, you know, I watch him. We're not friends. Stripping out the big merch box from them. Yeah, I'm also getting the big thing. It takes longer to send to me because it has to send to like other locations first. But we'll see. NL, I'm also not friends with NL at all. I'm friends with his wife. I'm not friends with him. So it's another scenario that'd be really fucking weird if I was like, yo, I raided Chibli twice and I know your wife. You want to play Monster Hunter? Nope. This is also only for people that would have it a day early, so. Isn't that so weird if I did that? It's so fucking weird. So fucking weird. I think Lily would. Maybe? I'm just gonna make a Twitter post. And friends can DM me if they want. Okay. All right, here we go. All right, perfect, perfect. I'm making progress. I'm making progress with Jaden. Jaden's someone who might, but I feel like she doesn't do a lot of like sponsored game streams and stuff. I can always ask. I can always check if they'll also just give me like 1 or 2 codes to let like a couple people play with me in a party early. Maybe they would. So that's what I was just messaging over. Messaging the rep, checking with the rep to see if I can maybe like, you know, nudge nudge. Hey, can I get a code perhaps? A code or 2. So we'll see. Thor? Maybe Thor. I haven't played anything with them though. It's not that I don't know him at all, like some of the other people were joking about. But never asked him to do anything, so I don't know. I don't want to come out of nowhere. I have to do, but she doesn't have access. Yeah, I asked her first, actually. She was the first person I messaged. I was like, do you have this? But she said she's doing a thing, a fun thing with it on the 28th, actually. So I was like, okay. I don't know if she said what she's doing with it, so I won't spoil her whole thing, but yeah. Yep. You think we got a bot? Is that a bot or just a person typing in the wrong language? It's not necessarily a bot. I don't know. What are they saying? Are they saying anything of value? Or is it like gibberish? Yeah. Yeah, of course. Love to hear you and Thor talk about video games and tech. Yeah, we'll just go back and forth and I'll be like, I used to work in tech. I did a lot of math. And then he'll be like, I used to work for Blizzard. And then I'll be like, yeah, well, I used to work in tech a lot. I used to do a lot of math. And then he'll be like, yeah, I used to work for Blizzard. And then I'll be like, yeah, I did a lot of math. You know, I used to work in tech. And he'll be like, I was a Blizzard employee previously. And that's how the collab would go. That'd be the whole collab. Yeah. It'd be so cool. I agree. It'd be so cool. It'd be so nice. So nice. Woo. Hello chat was direct translation. Does not work. I was a phrase in Chinese. Okay, yeah. Sounds about right. He's doing a 24-hour wild stream. Yikes. Yikes. I kind of do want to marathon it a bit so I can, like, get far ahead. I want to be one of those people. I do. We could all TTS asking about unrelated life advice. Okay, I'm not going to lie. If this chat culture, chat behavior shifted to that, I wouldn't mind at all. If I was just playing games and people just asked for life advice, I would just answer it. Like, like if I'm sitting there talking about a game we're gaming and someone comes in, they're like, you know, I'm in high school, and which would never work unless they're 18 because I don't like kids in this chat. But if they're like, oh, I'm just getting out of high school and I don't know if I should take a gap year or not, I'll just go on that topic. I don't mind, you know, I don't mind. Not at all. I just don't like things that are like totally out of nowhere if we're like super hard on a topic. It's one thing if we're just yapping or we're just like playing the game. But when we're in like a deep conversation, we're out in the weeds talking about something specific and then they ask a random question, I'm like, all right, you weren't watching the stream, were you? You know? You know? A few regulars come in and consult you about their graduate studies already. There are a few where they've been spending the past year updating me on everything going on with their schooling. There's that one guy specifically, you probably all know him, that was going for bioinformatics, was asking if a PhD in it actually made sense. And I was giving my thoughts, and then he's been going in and like giving updates the whole time. We got a few of those. I like hearing about it though. I do. And obviously you can't 100% trust every bit of advice you get on the internet, obviously. But if we can help, you know, it's good. It's good to see kind of collective thoughts. Now, I mean, you know, blog posting, a little bit, as long as they're not essaying, You mean like streamer notice me in relation to it? They're just like, yo guys, I did this, right? Like, I don't like it. Then I don't like it. Professor would go hard as a model. It's just like normal clothing though. And I like to be extra. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? It's just such normal clothing. So it's okay. You can do art of it if you want, I guess, but it feels kind of boring as an outfit, doesn't it? I don't know. I think a lot of simpler outfits are really nice, but this is my personal preference. When I see a VTuber get an outfit and it's really simple and ultra casual, I always look at that and I'm like, what a waste. You could have spent all that time putting like a full suit of armor on. But that's just because I like things that are a little ridiculous or a little overboard, personally. Whereas a lot of other people would feel very differently. They like other aesthetics. But I just kind of like everything to be like, you know, too much. I actually feel like this outfit is ultra simple. I'm not gonna lie. I think this one's like really simple. And I was like, wow, is that too little? And all my friends were like, no, it's a lot as is. And I was like, it's really not. It's really not. There's really not that much going on. I think it's simple. I don't know. Think of the poor fan artists. You know what? It's not about that. I do agree, the simpler an outfit you get, the easier it is to farm up fan art. But I just don't care enough to simplify my outfits to get fan art. I do think it's good to have toggles to make things simpler, so I can like toggle off stuff so I'm just in the shirt. It's a little simpler, you know? But even so, meh. Meh. This outfit clean as fuck. I know. It came out good. I'm happy with it. No regrets. Screw them artists. No. I will say something that's nice though, actually, is the harder your outfit is to draw, the more likely you are to just get fan art that's high effort. And I personally do also like low effort doodles and things. But something that happens is when you have a simple outfit, a lot of people just put really low effort fan art in your tag. And I think that is fine and nice. The problem is that they'll post it, and then when you don't retweet it, they get upset. And that's the part where I'm like, okay, now it's annoying. I think when you make it and post it, it's very appreciative. It's great. It's wonderful. It's genuinely wonderful. But then a lot of them like start sad posting when you don't retweet their stuff. And I'm like... no one's obligated, you know? So that is it's not a reasoning to do it, but it's a side benefit of having more complex outfits. You don't have to deal with that as much, you know? You really don't. A normal outfit would be so jarring from your other stuff, it would work. I think it'd be nice to have a few things that are maybe a little simpler here and there, but I don't know. I might do one that's just full casual at some point, but I'm not really, like, I don't have plans for it at the moment. Or even if it is something that has like normal ass clothing, I still want it to be highly themed. I don't want to do an outfit and just be like, this is my casual fit. And that's it. And it's just like a shirt and sweatpants. I'm like, yeah, that's casual. It would have to have a theme still and play into that. I don't know. Yeah, bank robber might be the casual fit. Yeah, honestly. Hacker man's or something. Me in a black hoodie. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Some artists thrive from complex designs. You know, I like it because there are a few artists that have drawn me that specifically like drawing armor and metal and things like that, and they really liked my OG outfit because of, like, you know, the boots, the gauntlet, whatever. And they'll complain that a lot of people don't have enough stuff like that in their outfits. So, you know, I'm just playing to the other crowd, I guess. Something like that. I don't know. Sock outfit? Full body sock. I do want the sock mask. I do. I need to figure out how to make it work. I need to figure out how to make that work. I will make it work, though. It will happen. Straight up. It will happen. We will put the sock on her face. I just don't know if it should be the black sock or if it should be the really rancid one that I have with the eyebrows on it. With the like neon orange eyebrows and like the little yellow ovals for the cheeks. I don't know. I don't know if anyone has a picture of it, but the really rancid sock on the head. It might be good. It might be good. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, today I want to play a game, but I'm not sure what to play. I'm not sure what to play. We have a few options. Let me get this open. Okay. Okay. Let me write my list. The Bazaar. Did it have an update or something? Is there like a reason for me to play it, or are you just saying in general? I haven't played it in a hot minute. Let me see. New path? Okay. Maybe not today. Die in the dungeon? I could do that. We could check it out. We could check out a few things. Die in the dungeon. Maybe we could rapid fire through like 3 games today. Okay, I wrote a little list. I actually really want to revisit Snow, the game that I was trying to play last time, and then my internet fucking died. I was having such a good time. We were locking the fuck in. We were going fast, you know. I was like, yeah, downhill racing, and then boom, everything died. I'd love to revisit that for just a bit while we talk or something. What weapon are you gonna run? Monster Hunter World? Wilds rather. I think I'm gonna do Switch Axe, and I'll probably also have a gunner set. I think we'll see. Lily, if you want to play, let me know. I'm down. I was just telling my chat I'm actually getting access to it a day early because I'm sponsored. The 27th and the 28th, which I think would be your 28th, like halfway through the day. But yeah, let me know if you want to play, man. I'll be chilling. But yeah, I should be doing Switch Axe, guys, I think. I usually also play Hammer and Greatsword a bit. I don't know. I play everything at some point. I'll make a set at some point because I'll no-life it. But I think we'll start Switch Axe. It also looks like you didn't have it in the beta. I think it's something maybe we unlock later. But in the trailer for Switch Axe, they show a parry, and it looks like the parry from Monster Hunter Frontier, which was so good on Switch Axe. You would parry any incoming attack, you'd parry it, and then you would get sword juice, right? You'd get meter fill for that to be able to go sword mode, and it was such a nice system. And the trailer for the weapon made it look like you do get that. So, I'm just saying. It is in the beta? Okay, yeah, I didn't get to play the second bit and explore it much more. I used a lot of Greatsword and Hammer in the beta, so I wanted to wait until I played base game to play it. Swax had a couple hits that felt off to you in the beta. Yeah, the full release of the game will feel different. They're changing some things a little with how the weapons feel, especially some timings, more impact frames, stuff like that. You'll see when it full releases, but yeah, I'm excited for it. So that's kind of why I waited. I was like, I'll take my main weapon and I won't use it in the beta much because I don't want to get used to it in the Wilds beta and then we get to the main game and it feels different and I have to like work that out of my brain. No. So I just did Greatsword Hammer. Yeah, Sword and Shield. I use Sword and Shield in Monster Hunter 2 a lot, actually. In 2 and in... Was it Generations? There was another later one that I used it. Maybe it was For You. I think it was For You. But yeah, no, it looks good. It looks good, man. So, I'm excited. Bow looks good. Bow does look good. Both bow guns look really good. I actually really like what they were doing with light bow gun. I don't know which one I'm going to choose for my ranged weapon yet, but I'm going to choose something. So we'll see. We'll see. Bow did look really nice, to be honest. I just want to be able to do something that focuses on status effects at some point for when I'm doing groups. A new How Long streamer drops? I think so. Yeah. I'm going to do, I'm doing an outfit debut, like a full new outfit when it drops. But I'm probably doing it the day before, the 27th. So I'm going to do that. and then play the game. And I think I'm just gonna play until I pass out. It's like genuinely. I don't have it in me to do 24 hours. I'm not that person. I'm old, but like, I think we'll just go until I pass out. Straight up. When I'm falling asleep mid-hunt, then I'll end stream. We'll do it. And then I'll wake up and do it again the next day. It'll be so nice. Lance sounds amazing with the buffs. Lance looked good. You know, a lot of folks think Lance is boring to play. I don't think so. It just depends on what monster you're fighting. It can actually be really interesting. And it looked like they did some nice shit with it this time. So we'll see. Loki, want to no life it? I'm usually that person who a game releases and I stream every day and no life it, and then I feel like I'm always behind. All my streamer friends are like 10, 20 hours ahead of me in the game, and then I feel like I'm losing out. So this time I don't want to be that guy, and I also want to no life it. I'm just so tired of that, dude. That's what happened with Kingdom Come especially. I was like only playing it on stream. I was streaming it, you know, I stream 4 days a week usually, and then I'm on my alt other days not playing those same games. So I was just so far behind my other streamer friends, you know? And I don't want to be that guy. So I'm going to play the fuck out of Wilds. I'm going to no life it. It's going to be good. Yeah, reverse the roles. Well, I'm Monster Hunter's strongest warrior, so we're going to go crazy with it. Too ADHD to no life a game now that you're an adult. I do actually find it harder, yeah. As I've gotten older. I find it harder to no life games, for sure. I feel like I have to put things down and come back to them. I used to play the same game when it would come out 20 hours in a row. Sleep for 5, back on it another 20 hours. But I think at this point, my brain can't do it. I can do it on stream for a certain amount of time. And if I have people coming in and playing with me and kind of like cycling through or talking to me, I can keep it going. But if I'm just soloing a game, I don't know, 10 hours in stream, I'm tired. I just end stream. I'm like, I'll be back in 2 days, guys. Auntie's gotta sleep, you know? I don't know, man. But we'll play it a lot. We'll play it a lot. Anyway, I need to refill my water. I've been drinking tea, which is terrible if you stream. Awful idea, but I'm doing it. Not like a good for your throat tea, like a lots of caffeine and gives you hypertension kind of tea. So I'm gonna go get some water, and then I'll come back, and then we'll start. Let's just play 4 different games today. Let's just go through games. I want to play Snow, I'm Your Beast, Die in the Dungeon, and Lonely Mountains Downhill. Okay. I'm gonna just put Game Gauntlet in the title. It's not even Indie Game Gauntlet. It is indies, but it's just, we're just gonna call it Game Gauntlet. Gauntlet. Do you guys miss that song? Is that song on Spotify? Gauntlet by Jamal. No, he's not on Spotify. I think it's only on SoundCloud. Is Lockpick on here? No. Damn. What a shame. What a shame. Okay. Well, I'll be right back. Hold on. If I do this. I was curious to see what images would be in front of it. All right, let me refill my water. I'll be right back. I'll bump the music for you a little. Okay, I'm back. Oh, she was asking what the emote is called. I'll send it to you on Discord. It's just called Crybaby for me. Maybe you could just rip the image. I don't know. Does anyone have that emote on 7TV? Or, like, know the name of it there? It's a great one. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I don't know if I can. It's, Hmm. Hmm. I think just typing cry is a little too vague for 7TV. Hmm. It's funnier in the corner like that. I mean, it's good in the corner like that, but... Let me see. It's a good number of emotes with the name, but they're not similar at all. If you type cry, it's just... it's the typical ones. Oh my god, guys. Have you ever seen Really Sad? What the fuck is this? Ew, I don't know if I like it. We'll leave him for a bit and we'll decide. Look at him. Ew. Ew, yeah, he's kind of gross. I don't know. I don't know. How do you guys feel on him? I don't know where to find this fucking, like, baby emote. And if I search for baby on 7TV, I just get a bunch of other baby pictures, and I don't like babies, so I... I don't love this process of looking for this emote. I don't like it. Okay. A lot of the baby emotes are just ugly, fat babies. I don't like that. You'll dig through for it? Thank you. I don't want to look at this anymore. I'm closing it. I don't want to look at the pictures of babies. I don't like it. I don't like it. Not one bit. Not one bit. Okay, let's go over here. Let's try playing a few things. I don't know that the order in which I play them matters at all. So. Should I just go in the games and demos category? Since we're gonna be, like, just swapping through them. I'm gonna just do that. Games and demos. Okay. Okay, let's start with fucking, let's get the vibes up.